I mean,
And
but yeah, internet, right? So
and I know it's a great privilege also to do it, but also in a sense, I'm not naive about this. Like I wanted this for a while, and I took a
Mhm.
lot of career choices and also severe cuts career-wise to get there where I am. You know that, right? That
yeah,
I
yeah. Not everybody is happy about it from company side, and not all companies are willing to just make it easy
Yeah,
for
yeah, but
employees
also
to.
that job-wise, maybe if you want to go remote, you need to take some losses for the beginning or something. Hello, everyone. Welcome to one more video of TN Tech. Today, it's gonna be about remote work
Yeah,
because I was this winter on the Azores, so spending my cold winter on a different place. Unfortunately, we lost that recording due to a hard drive failure from Manu. So we only have half the
here.
video basically, like my part, but not his.
Yeah,
Which is really bad because
yeah,
it was a really nice setting, like the mood was good. Was
yeah,
even the sun, was that 1 hour gap where I had perfect sun and everything was
yeah.
total perfect coincidence. But that's life,
Well,
man.
we planned it so good, and then yeah, life hits you hard. But the thing is, yeah, back up, back up, back up. Don't rely on one hard
Yeah,
drive.
yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
So yeah, let's talk about remote work.
yeah,
Like
yes,
it's a bit both ways. Like just that you all know, there are different ways. Like for example, my current job, which I'm about to change, allows me to work, for example, remotely in the same country, which is most of the time very easy. Then there is the next level where I'm heading now, which is remote in Europe. So I can at least choose the country in the future, not entirely, but
hmm,
mostly. And there's one more
yeah,
level where you have worldwide, but that is pretty rare. Usually you are bound to a time zone or something.
yeah,
That what I did this winter was I'm bound to Germany, but you can from my company Bosch, you can go for a certain amount of time to other countries and work from there without any problems. This winter it was Portugal, and Portugal I can work there 55 work days, which are 11 weeks, which are almost 3 months. So
hmm,
Manu, you can basically just go there. Don't have to. You have to do an internal clearing process, and then you're free to go. And Bosch is pretty good there because I think most
okay,
companies they only allow a month or something. Some even only
okay,
allow different countries where they have a different base, and you need to go to that office then and stuff. Like very odd. Always be very when you check that out. Be very on the point and really try to figure out how
hmm,
relaxed they are about it. But yeah, Azores, man. Oh, hoi, 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 hoi. That was a freaking good life, man. That was a freaking good
yeah,
life.
yeah. The images are amazing, and we will also just blend some of the
Yeah,
images in
yeah,
here.
maybe we do that. Like just
Yeah,
that people know, we my friend and me, we decided to go to the end of the world. Like we went on the Azores, which is really in the middle of the ocean. There's nothing there. Then on one of the islands where no people are, and then there on the end where no people are. Like we were really in the middle of nowhere. It took us like I traveled back. Took me a whole day of just flying, switching planes and train, and
hmm,
really to get there because it's so far away in the sense of traveling to. It's not easy to get
yeah,
there in a day. So yeah, it
yeah,
was quite an experience. And
yeah.
but we only need internet. That's all we need. So you can go anywhere you like. You just need to check. Hey, is the internet fast enough for working? Okay, good. I'm
Yeah,
coming.
yeah, yeah. That's amazing stuff with IT that this is possible. I
it's
mean,
it's it's
if
a
you have,
privilege, man. Like it's unbelievable, right?
yeah,
As a
if you have told that story maybe I don't know 50 years back or so, they will just have shook their heads and say you're crazy
Yeah,
because I mean,
and
but yeah, internet, right?
and
So
I know it's a great privilege also to do it, but also in a sense, I'm not naive about this. Like I wanted this for a while, and I took a
mhm.
lot of career choices and also severe cuts career-wise to get there where I am. You know that, right? that
Not everybody is happy about it from company side, and not all companies are willing to just make it easy for employees.
But also that job wise, maybe if you want to go remote, you need to take some losses for the beginning or something. Not anymore. Nowadays it's good, but like going remote is really, you need to fight for it. It doesn't come to you.
Yeah, I think so. And also with managing roles or so, I mean, if you're remote, that means you're mostly away from a team, right? Or if you're, you're not in a company facility or so. So managing is remote only, and this can be also with limited effect, I think. But yeah,
like the thing is, it's this old. What is better, working remote, working on site, and in the end, you figure out both work. If you do both right, they work, and if you screw over both, you it doesn't matter if people come into office or if they're remote, you're screwed. And so it really depends on that you do a good job at keeping the atmosphere healthy in the teams and working out the issues you have. For example, one time we had the trouble that when we went remote. That people didn't know what was going on. So we thought about it, okay, how do we facilitate this, And then we say, okay, in the beginning of the week, like the software leads, they write a quick summary, what has been done, what can be done this week, And other things we did then, like this coffee chit-chat, like we made the meetings, most of the meetings which are public, they are public, so people can jump in and see it if there's something, and they can listen, and then they're up to date. And all of a sudden, you have a really good productivity, So that's what people always tell you: one is better, one is worse. It doesn't matter. It depends really on who you are. What do you want, and what helps you get the job done better. Okay. And I can understand that many bosses, that yourself from many people who are against it. They're very afraid that people don't do anything at work, at home then. But I would be afraid too if you treat them bad. Like if you don't take care of them, if you don't help them from the deep bottom of your heart, of course they won't work for you when you don't look at them. But it's no option controlling them, like that's you lost already if you need to do that.
Yes.
Because it will never stop controlling. Like control is so much work and all. It's tiresome.
It's a short-term strategy for a long-term problem. So if you want to control it, maybe that works for a short period of time, but the employees they are not happy, right?
The only way to make it work for me is
not too. Yeah.
My boss helps me with my needs as good as he can in his circumstances, and even if he can't, he sits down with me. And he puts it on his note, and he comes back to me 2 months later, tells me a bit about the progress there or something. So he really cares.
He cares, I think that's central.
And that's exactly when he cares, I care about the work which needs to get done. And the difference is, if you have a team which you treat bad, this dirty work sometimes you have, it always lays down there and no one grabs the tickets. Like documenting something or some really annoying automation task or something. But if you have a team where you care about, people will get shit done, literally. Like the bad jobs, they also go away automatically. And this is really the big quality difference. So for me, it's really not about, don't make it an on-site versus remote work discussion. Both work, just take good care of the people, and they will also work well when they're remotely. And I must say, for me personally, I work much better when I'm remote. This is just a fact.
Yeah. Same thing for me. I think that's really also tied to your personality. Yeah. So some people just I don't know how this works, but they really get energy from social interactions. I don't.
Yeah, extroverts.
For me, it's different. Yeah, it's the opposite. For me, it's like it's drawing energy, and I have to recover. Like I don't know, maybe go for a walk or so. But that's the world we live in. So there are different kinds of people, and so they have different kinds of needs. And I think just if you do it like you just told, you care about the people, give them what they need to do their job as good as they can. And on-site, off-site, I mean, that's just it. You have a broader range of possibilities and a broader range of caring for your employees. So as a boss, you should make use of it, and as an employee, you can make use of it with the right company, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, not every company is there yet. Maybe in the future.
Yeah.
And,
a lot of people get nervous at the moment. I think, at least in Germany, it's so un-German doing that. They love their offices. So let's see.
German in particular. That's that's definitely a thing.
One thing I learned about myself also, like I flourish very much in natural environments. It relieves me a lot of stress just being, doesn't matter if it's a forest or somewhere. And what really helped me was, I was there really far away. There were basically no tourists. Not basically, there were no tourists. Like we, maybe once a week, maybe you saw one or two people. So that's nothing. And was directly by the ocean, and we had a nice terrace. And what I often had, you were annoyed by work or something, you go outside, look at the sea, and in an instant, you're relaxed. Yeah. Really in an instant. Yeah. It's like flowing away. And this is just amazing. And also what helped me a lot is it was winter. And I feel always this pressing when I'm always at home. It's a little bit like this, especially when it's cold. You go outside, but it's not inviting. And there, in winter, I wouldn't say it's comfortable because I have 11 to 17 degrees, but without heating. So cold days.
Yeah, that's a lot more comfortable than here.
Don't say that when you have 11 degrees and no heating, man. That's also...
all right. Yeah, I can see that.
That goes a bit in the morning into your bones. But the thing is, if the sun shines, it's almost 20, and you can go out on the terrace, do some exercises during a meeting, after a meeting, in between Docker image builds, or like we had a freaking meeting, and dolphins swam by our holy man, really close to the beach or the coast. We don't have really a beach, just some stones, but like 20-30 meters in the water was incredible. And this happened 2 or 3 times a week. And what happens is, usually you're so much in the computer, and then work is over, and you need to get, for me at least, I need to get out. But there, the environment is engaging me all the time, so I don't get too lost in the computer. And what happens is I get my work better done. Like I'm more balanced, I'm more relaxed, I'm a bit more distant to my work, and by that I have a better oversight and get stuff better done without getting too stressed about it. And I really love that. Yeah. Like really helped me a lot.
Yeah, you take advantage of the nature here because you have a natural resetter where you can just go there and reset your mind and go back to work again with a clear mind and not with the cluster.
Going swimming, like the sea was not warm, 17 degrees, but weather was okay in the midday. Go swimming. It totally kicks you out because the cold just... There's no thinking too much. Thinking is the devil, which makes you usually very unhappy. And you cannot fight it because you cannot think when it's so cold. So you go swimming and you come back as a new person, reset it, and you can work another 2 hours, 3 hours easily. It's
Is that a reason why people started to love ice baths?
Maybe. It has different qualities, but it's definitely a part of it that it needs. It resets you.
You focus on the body and not on the mind, which goes crazy from time to time.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So you get back in your body, and I think that's resetting.
Yeah. There's more details to it, but yes, definitely. So it's amazing for me personally that this is possible, like you said in the beginning, and I understand also how what an unbelievable, ridiculous privilege this is. Like people, working in gastronomy or something, they don't have a choice like this, really. It's just the people there. They were also farmers, very very simple people. Most of them, they make around €1,000 a month net. So also not that much, but they were so loving and caring, and this increased for me also the experience because at no point I felt really judged. In Germany, there's a lot of it's a high culture, and high cultures, they always judge and what do you wear and what car do you drive and, status, it's very strong here. But there you don't have that. You come there, you're a human, you just talk to them with an open heart, and they talk to you with an open heart. And then, you know, if you have these interactions between the work, it makes it very nice, like a very healthy, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it adds quality to the life itself. So those interactions and also the kindliness in this case.
Yeah. Very good. And you need to interact with the people, because this is not for everyone. It's at the end of the world, so you won't get good fresh fruits if you don't talk to people. You won't, because the supermarket is not very reliable there. You won't, like if I go into the taverna and want to eat fish, they told us we need to tell them in the morning so they can catch the fish.
Wow.
Yeah, right. That's how it functions there,
That's
man.
a different life.
So and, there's some. If you want bread, there's no bakery nearby, but there is a grandmother who sometimes bakes bread once a week, and you give her a few euros for it. You know. So you really need to engage. And what I love about this engaging is it takes your head out. Like you engage with the world, and that disables your head more. And this is really what this was about. And I wanted to test how good this is, you know, what prevails, the stressful work in a sense, or the environment in the end. But for me, it's definitely, I realized the environment definitely wins if you really, really do it good. That the work does not affect you that much anymore in the end. It's really a new insight, because I was always doubting a bit, if you have a shitty work, not shitty, but stressful work, who will in the end really prevail, you know, because you have two forces. But for me, it's obvious that the work does not really prevail if you do the rest well enough.
Yeah, because you come in contact with nature just directly, and it's always there, and always there to set you back into the right mood, so to speak. So having worked for 11 weeks there, and now coming back in winter Germany, how does it feel?
Beautiful. That's a bit the spring energy. I like the spring energy because it's kind of like about to erupt. I still don't like the cold. I really feel it. It really prevents me. It's not like I couldn't go out to train or something. But I trained in the past. I had issues with my body then when I trained to intensive in winter. So I had that problem. You're always confined a bit in the mind into the flat. Not like really, but... You know, if it's not inviting, you do it less automatically. So and the ego is very strong to trick you into these patterns. So makes it very easy
way out.
Easy to stay stuck in your flat and stuff. And I really still don't like it here. I really felt it now these days that being in the flat most of the time again is for me just not how I want to live. To be honest.
Yeah. Right. But. Now, let's maybe talk about if somebody of the viewers wanted to start working remote. What would be the first steps, in your opinion, to start? So, obviously, you have to talk to your employer and get things done. But how would you recommend searching for a location or starting things off?
I mean... First of all, it depends on what you really want. I think that's where it all begins and where it all ends. And I talk to a lot of people who want to do something, but they don't really know what they want. So what you can do is also check out places, think about what you liked in the past. You know, make a bit up your mind what direction you want to go. Of course, talk with your employer if you can do something like that for a change, if it's possible from your job. Most of the time, if they don't have that offer, I doubt they will change their mind. So in the end, you will have to change the job. Don't expect to get the first best job right away where it's entirely allowed and all freedom. Sometimes you first need to take a job where it's half like that or something before you can make the full jump, because maybe you need to acquire some qualifications too still. So it's kind of like walk into the direction. Don't expect to be there in 2 months or something, maybe not, but just keep on walking into the direction you know that you want it, you know. It's really the most important.
So it's not a switch to just switch it off and then you're remote and stuff like that. It's different, right? So there will be hurdles and you will overcome them, but don't stand still, but walk into the direction. Even if small steps are there at the beginning, it's all better than than not move at all.
Accept imperfections on the way. Very important. Like, you will lose. Moving always means not only gaining but also losing, and that's okay as long as you keep direction towards what you really want. You know, if you struggle with it, ask yourself either, do you really want it, or is it just hard to let go because you're used to it and something. Really need a lot of introspection when you get going in your life.
Yeah, and don't be fooled by Instagram or so, where all the people are posting their beautiful lives and stuff like that. I think also for remote work, there will be hurdles. You just told 11 degrees, no heating. What you do now?
Yeah, I mean,
burn the woods.
You know, in the Azores, it's like in Germany, you need a lot to isolate your house, so you pay for that. In the Azores, you need to make it earthquake safe and
there's always a cost
protected against the moisture. So, you know, it's not like any place you go, it will always be a hurdle. Don't be naive. Like, also, if you go somewhere where it's nice, don't forget you have your needs too. Like, you maybe don't know anyone at first, you know, so you need to take care. Like, it's never perfect. Right. It's never easy. Like, if you believe it's ever gonna be easy, that is
you fool yourself.
That is people fooling you in videos. But the fun part is figuring this out, this adventure, like being in a new place which engages you and figuring it out and living with it. And also some stuff, you know, you like, we have better preferences for, which don't bother us, and some we don't bother. Like, some people like the cold. Okay, then better don't need to go where I was. But, you know, everyone needs to check on themselves what they want and then just do it.
Yeah, I think that's a good way.
Yeah,
to put it.
But yes, it's always work. Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah,
but it's fun.
Life is suffering.
Life is suffering. The Buddhists come around, I see. Yeah. But it's exactly what I enjoy. This challenge, you know. It's really it's nice. It's very nice. Yeah, so unfortunately we lost a lot of the footage there, but we will
make it up.
We will make it up
with some more video editing on my part.
gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So I really recommend to every one of you who feel that they have the need for something like this, really do it. Don't be too compromising always. Like, usually it starts like inside of myself. I feel it a bit, and then it's growing over time, and at some point I cannot hold it anymore. And you know, really don't be too compromising then with your life. If it bubbles up or something that you really are like, I cannot take this anymore, and then like, okay, one more year, you know. And it's easy to get swayed over with the boss. That the boss, like, I had that before too. Bosch doesn't allow Europe remote, so I was like always talking, maybe it's coming, it's moving a bit, you know. And I'm like, I could wait another 5 years, or I could, you know, search something new. So be a bit also uncompromising with your needs if you can, but also still respect if you have family or other things and responsibilities. Sure. Of course, don't just go away or something, you know. Like, really take good care of your environment.
Yeah. It's always a balance. So risk and chance, I could say.
Yeah. And what's the last thing I wanted to say? God forsake. Wasn't important then, I guess.
Yeah, we covered how to start remote only work in the future.
Yeah,
I think that's a fair point.
We can maybe tell a bit about your story, because you're also on the trip to going. I'm already remote basically. So we can maybe also do a bit of footage there from time to time, have a chat about it, get a little bit of insights, so people can see how you did it, how your path is now becoming.
As I'm not 100% software, so it's a different story.
It's a very typical route, of going into software and then remote, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a thing. Sure, we can do that in the future. And also maybe the bigger concept here is, if you're starting from fresh, like you want to educate yourself to be once in that position to take a remote only job, what would that route look like? I think that's also a very interesting question we could cover in another video. about the educational background, because it's not just universities nowadays.
No.
You can basically YouTube it. And their company is really hiring based on your skills directly, not your university degree.
Except for Germans, they're still very traditional.
Germany, you have to get a PhD if you want to have an advantage for hiring.
But if you want to
in Germany,
if you can work anywhere, why would you move to Germany?
Well, that's another question.
I mean, it has its sides. I must really say. If you like stability and boringness because you come from a thrilled living environment and difficulties, it's the right place. But otherwise,
Well, there are warmer places around.
And more adventurous and heartfelt too.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
In this video. And we will see you around in the next video. Maybe it takes a while for the next video to come up. But if you want to have a chat about, or if you have any questions about this topic, just hop on to the Discord server and just ask us.
Yeah, also share a bit your stories if you did something or have some good spots.
Definitely.
Would definitely be great. And also, we got another, because I'm changing job, we got most likely after I moved and established myself, which will take a few weeks now. But we will make another session because basically this was now just a few months remote that I did. But I will make it now permanent, and I can also then let you all know a bit how was the story for me, the experience, the difficulties and all of that. I think it's always valuable to get some first-hand insights into that.
Definitely. That will be an interesting story. All right, guys. Take care. See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.